trying to not enter turn one too high.
Yeah, that car's just so loose, he just needed the bottom of the racetrack to make it.
Jeff, this is Bristol. It's not a bunch of chance meetings. This is a limit right here.
Now, Ryan Newman just got off pit road as the green flag came out, and he's only about a half a corner. There you see him just in front of our leader, Jeff Gordon, but he is still on the lead lap. He needs a quick caution here in a hurry.
I got to tell you, though, Terry Labonte running in second place right now. I know it's early, but that cat has, through the years, has been mighty good here at Bristol.
Right now they have Mike Skinner in the 4-car kicked to the high side, and after a restart, Darrell, he can't get down. They just keep freight training. He will slide in front of Bill Elliott, though.
You can't take a chance, Larry. You can't cut down. You got to know that there's room.
Let's show you how Jimmy Johnson and Steve Park both got involved in this. Now, this is from Kenny Wallace's onboard. Ooh, that's how. Steve?
Yeah, Mike, that one car is behind the wall. Steve Park in the car. The radiator is busted. He got into the back of that 48 car when the 12 spun. They're going to have to replace the radiator, and they've got that Sawzall out that you're talking about. Steve Beal taking the nose of the car off.
As long as that bad boy will roll and there's no steam coming out of it, you're probably going to be okay. But when you see steam come out of it, you got to come into pits.
All right, there's only 2 cars officially out of the race, Derek Cope and Tony Rain.
Here's another car that's been kicked to the high side, Johnny Benson. He's lost about 10, 12 positions just in the last 2 or 3 laps. He can't get down to the bottom of the racetrack. It's like a continuous line of cars.
Well, it gets worse. You get all that debris and rubber on your tires, and you can't get to the bottom even if you can get, if there's an opening.
Let's move up to 5th place. Elliott Sadler, who has won here, holding off Kurt Busch, who has won here, holding off Dale Jr.
And this is somewhat old tires versus new tires. Remember, Elliott Sadler is one of the cars that did not pit Kurt Busch in the 97. He loses the position to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Those guys have fresher tires.
Ryan Newman trying to keep from losing a lap.
Boy, I tell you what, he's not giving Jeff any room either. He's making it hard for him.
Well, you know, but that's his job, though, Darrell. He's trying to stay on that lead lap or stay at least in position to get that lap back. But I tell you, he has his hands full with that race car.
Whoa, Mike Skinner coming back. Kurt Busch got him a couple laps ago. Skinner working the inside, and Kurt Busch's car just won't stay at the bottom.
I think he's trying that. I tell you, if you could ever get your car to run about a lane up from everybody else, you could pass a lot of race cars. And sometimes that happens here. Hadn't in a long time, but when you can start running around people on the outside, everybody fights for the bottom. Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
There you see our Fox tracks. Kurt Busch, Mike Skinner, Bobby Labonte, about 3.5, 3 3/4 seconds behind our leader, Jeff Gordon. 3 seconds don't sound like much, but it's a fourth of a racetrack.
And now Skinner's climbed the hill. He gives up a spot to Bobby Labonte, 1 to Jimmy Spencer, and Tony Stewart's coming.
I got to tell you, Ryan Newman's going to get turned around again if he keeps racing these lead cars like he is.
2nd place, Terry Labonte goes by.
And you know, Darrell, of all the racetracks we go to, maybe other than Martinsville, this is the hardest racetrack in the world to get out of the way.
Well, he knows when he moves up to let somebody go, it opens the door, everybody goes by him.
Here's how you get someone out of your way, Larry.
We talked about that in the opening. I mean, everybody's almost running the same speed. That's about the only way you can make it happen. And that's what got Johnny Benson kicked to the high side, where he lost about a dozen or so positions.
Hear that wheel spin when he gets on the gas, starts up off the corner. That's what you fight here all day. And Larry, I know it's not legal, but if I could, this is one place I'd like to have traction control.
Yes, it would. Make those rear tires hook up only when they want to. There you see Kurt Busch. He's kicked to the high side. He's lost a couple positions. Now he's looking to lose another one from Mike Skinner in the 4-car. But you talk about that wheel spin, Darrell, I was shocked this morning at how lower gears these guys are putting in these race cars. We used to race a 529, maybe a 543. They're racing 550s, and we're looking for 567s. Remember, the higher number, the lower gear.
You know why? Straightaways are 650 feet long. You got to have passing gear, baby.
Here's this week's not-so-secret number in the Be a Grand Marshal per Day contest. Log on to NASCAR.com or FoxSports.com and enter your chance to win. The winner will pull cable to cameras half a mile away, help park cars, start the race, ride in the pace car, and wave the checkered flag at Rockingham.
It's a busy man.
Ah, what a deal. From 37th starting spot, Matt Kenseth, the Winston Cup point leader, has climbed to 3rd.
And that sigh of relief you heard about 20 laps ago was Robbie Reiser, Matt Kenseth, Jack Rouse being the points leader, getting to the front of the pack. Once you can get there, you feel much better about it after starting that deep.
Well, one thing I liked about these guys that stayed out on that last caution was these tires are known to go 150, 60 laps here without very little give up. So I don't think tires is a real big issue here, particularly until you get up to around 150 laps.
The thing, Darrell, that would concern me a little bit is right now, Jeff Gordon that's up there leading the race on those older tires. He can run his own race because he's not in traffic. Another 10 or 12 laps, he's going to be catching that traffic. It's hard to maneuver your race car the more laps you get on those tires.
They handle better with all the fenders on them, though. I can promise you that.
Closing on 100 laps here at Bristol Motor Speedway.